Hello and welcome once again, fellow gaming fans. This is Small Archangel. Thank you for joining me for today's episode of 70s Die War of the Walkers, Day 60. Next horde is Day 63. I am planning on doing that on camera because, a bit like the last horde, we're going to do something slightly different. And to that end, there are things that we need to do in preparation. We need to find a recipe for gunpowder. Now, there are two in here. One, that's the one we make in our inventory, which is twice as expensive. We need coal and nitrate powder. And we're going to set this machine going, because if we don't, it's going to take forever to do anything. So there we go. We can make 305 of those. Nice. We're going to need to collect some more coal if we can find it out and about in the world. And then the other thing I want to make with this thing here is paint. And there's two recipes for paint. We got household chemicals, dye, bottled murky water, and we've got this one with chrysanthemum, cotton, goldenrod flour, and bottled murky water. So, do we have... Whoops. Oh no, I just picked up all of my food. That is not what I meant to do. It's unfortunately extremely easy to do that. So, I'm just going to have to put all that back in there now, which is really aggravating. Okay, what I actually was looking for was bottled murky water. As we can see, we have not got very much of the stuff. Now, I do somewhere, there we go, I do somewhere have some jars. And if we do that, we can fill them up. There we go. And then we've got the murky water that we need. Now, what we need as well is all of those. And we haven't got ever so much of that. But let's just see, we can make 43 paint. Well, whoops. So we haven't got very much goldenrod, basically. We're going to need to collect lots of... I've been running around collecting chrysanths everywhere I see them in the world. Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't got... We'll put those in there as well. We haven't got as many goldenrods because I haven't been picking those up quite as deliberately because there's... I thought there was less chrysanthemum, but we've actually got less goldenrod, so there you go. So that's going to take quite a while to do. We've got 60 gunpowder already, so we'll take that. We may well have some gunpowder in, not that one, this one, in here. Oh, yes we do. We have loads. So, that is not the right key. We need to make some pipe bombs. That's what I'd like to make. Pipe bomb. Oh, we need to make them in the bench. Plant fibres and short iron pipe. Okay, well, I have plant fibres, I think. Yes, we do. And we've got short iron pipes as well. Nice. Let's just put a few of these through here. Pipe bomb. Oh, no, we haven't learned the recipe. Okay. That's not the right key again. Pipe bomb. Let's just see if anything comes up if we do that. No, it does not. Okay, is it under explosive? No, it's not. Okay, I actually cannot find the recipe in there whatsoever. So, I have no idea how we're supposed to learn how to make this because, yeah, it doesn't seem to be there for me. Crafted the workbench. Yes, you learn the recipe. How? It looks like it's one that we can use. We can learn when we look by earning it in here. At the moment, I couldn't because I haven't got any points available anyway. But I haven't been able to find it at all. So I am not sure if it's... Not sure where it is. Nope, I have literally no idea. So there really isn't anything very much I can do about that then. I'm just going to have to put all this stuff back away again. That I am thwarted in that then. Normally I'm able to make pipe bombs when I play this game, but on this occasion I can't find where the recipe is gated behind as per usual, so I'm stymied there. I will have to try and look into that and see how we're supposed to make them, because I can't find the recipe. I can't find how we're supposed to. It doesn't look like it's one that we have to find a recipe for in the world. It just looks like what we should be able to learn, but I can't find it anywhere in the skills, which is not ever so helpful. So I will just cancel that because there's no point having any more of that. We may as well just put the time into making paint. And then the other thing that I wanted to do, I wanted to learn actually, and I haven't had the opportunity yet because it's, again, gated behind something we haven't been able to complete yet because we can't find the papers in the world. I want to be able to learn the health deploy, which allows us to place a block in our base, or an item in our base, which means that we heal just while we're in the vicinity, so we don't have to it works like the bed, but we don't have to stay on the bed, so while we're around and about the base we regenerate health, which is really good. But we need 35 medicine for that, and we also need to master survivalist class, and I think, did we master our survivalist class? I think we did, but we need medicine 35, and our medicine at the moment is nowhere near. What is it? Medicine 12, well whoop. So unfortunately, yeah, we're way off that as well. And the trouble with this is that you do struggle to have enough points to spend in every area that you want. Now the other thing we've got a tungsten club here, and we're supposed to kill 3 zombies with it. Look at that, I've got a lot of paint there. This is nice. So we're going to do a bit of painting and decorating, but before we do that, we're going to do some clubbing to death of zombies with this tungsten club. I only have to kill 3. Ah, there's a screamer coming. Let's have her for a start off. And then she'll bring in lots more, won't she? There she goes. Okay, oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, and here comes another running zombie. Lovely. Oh. There we go. Oh, good grief. Standing on top of an aloe plant. What's that aloe plant doing there anyway? That's a really strange place for it to be. Oh, and I've just leveled up, which is nice. And there's a spider too. Okay. That's probably got rid of... Well, he hasn't got very much in good loot, has he? He's probably got rid of all the ones that the screamer just brought in. Let's just make sure none of them's got anything particularly good on them. No, they don't disappoint. They have not got anything particularly good on them. And there's a couple of more Zeds over there, but we're going to ignore those. Alright, so that's that. So we've managed to level up and perhaps get a couple more points as well. In the meantime, she's complaining she's too hot. A minute ago she was too cold. It's not like she's wearing any clothes under her armour, because she's not. So we've got some skill points. Not ever so many, like 11. And yeah, we can't even buy any, because that's going to cost 10. No, not that. Medicine. There we go. We could put 11 points into that, but it's still, I don't know. That's not necessarily going to be the best way forward. Yeah, I'd like to know how on earth we're supposed to learn how to make pipe bombs. Oops. I would rather spend my points on learning how to make a pipe bomb, but that does not seem to be an option for some reason. See, if we had to find it in the world, it would look like that. But as it is, it looks like one that we can learn. Type. Can I order them by type? It looks like you should be able to, but I don't seem to be able to. I'm going to get zombie punched while I'm looking at this, unfortunately. Okay, I give up. I'm going to have to give up on that for the time being. Now, we haven't invested much in the way of, I don't know, pummel peat or anything like that. So I've got my tungsten club, but I will probably just keep that for the time being. As a side sort of weapon, we're probably better off with our tungsten machete. Now, I would like to do some painting. I don't propose to do the outside of our shed. It does look like a shed so much, but the inside, it might be a little easier to navigate if we paint some of these blocks, some of these boxes, to look like, well, what they contain, really. So I haven't necessarily... Oh, I think I've learned everything, actually. Let's just see. Have we got... Yeah, this one, for example, if I paint it to look like a bookcase on the outside, there we are. That's going to look better. I might just paint the outside of them just to look like wood rather than to look like a crate. Like that, for example. They'll look a bit like the rest of the walls, but I can change the rest of the walls too. And we could probably paint the top of them as well to look like a sort of a, I don't know, a cabinet surface or something. Not sure if I want granite on the top of them. Perhaps some tiles like this. There we go. That looks suitable. I'm not sure if I can... There we go, just about. And all the rest of them as well. There we go. And then it's going to be easier eventually to work out what we've got where. I keep hitting that. That's not what I mean. And then we've got pill case. Now one of these is going to have no, does any of them have medication in? This one does. Right, so we paint the front of that one to look like a pill case because it contains our medication, but it also contains all of the items for our chemistry bench. This one, meanwhile, is food cupboard, and so is this one here. So for those ones, what I'll do is I'll just paint these to look like cabinets. There we go, like that. So they just basically look like food cupboards. And then over here we've got general sort of building stuff. So I might just place that on there like that. This is stuff for our forge, and there isn't really anything that we can use, I don't think, to make that look. Yeah, I'm not sure. That one, there isn't any way we can really make that one look particularly clear, so we'll just do the same thing there. This is for armor smithing, and that is, yeah, I don't know, that must be stone storage or something. I've got stone in here, however, so I'm not quite sure. I'll put that stone in there as well. I didn't realise I had that much stone anyway. But we don't have to make concrete, so we don't have to really stash stone up too much. These ones, I don't know. Let's just paint those to look like cupboards as well. Why not? Because they're just generic storage, really. And then these ones here, this is weapons and ammo. So we'll use ammo for this one. And we'll use weapons for this one. There we go. There we are. And then this one, of course, that is where I'm putting my clothes at the moment. And we haven't really got any way of... I need to pick that up and then put it back down, don't I? I keep meaning to do that. I keep forgetting to. And it's a really big fail if you do that. And then... there we go. And then, yeah, that's reset the spawn point. Good. And, yeah, so we don't have any way of making it clear that we've got clothing in something anyway. But I know that. And now it's going to be a little bit easier when we're looking around here to see whereabouts we are. Now, the walls behind items, like, for example, this bench, are going to be virtually impossible to paint. So we're going to be a bit stuck there. But we're going to do the floor, I think. And I'd quite like a tiled floor. So we'll just paint the floor. And that's going to make it look a little bit less like everything is wood. There we go, managed to do that, but probably not going to be able to paint. Oh, I can't. Yay, there we go. And it just makes, yeah, it just makes, at the moment, absolutely everything's wood, which can just, it's just a little bit boring to look at. And yeah, it's a bit tricky to sort of navigate and tell exactly where you are as well. Yeah, I can't get the bit that's underneath that workbench, I don't think, because we just end up with trying to interact with it. So we'll just have to miss those bits out and paint the bits that we actually can. There we go, so that's the floor. And then, yeah, I would like to do the walls as well, just to make it look a little bit sort of lighter in here. Let's see what we've got. Wood, I don't know, maybe we should paint it in wood like this, but kind of a lighter coloured wood like that. What do we think? Does that look better? I kind of think it does. It just, you know, makes it look a little bit lighter around here. So at the moment it's a little bit dark and dingy. A bit difficult to reach behind there. And, yeah, going to be perhaps a little bit difficult to reach a lot of places. Can't see behind that. Can't even jump over it, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to reach that. Also difficult to reach behind the trees, so we might just have to do this roughly. There we go. It's not a very practical base from a point of view of being able to paint and decorate, really. Awful lot of it you just can't reach, but you know, this should give it a nicer ambiance. There we go. That space there was for a concrete mixer, and maybe we should still make one actually, or maybe there's something better that we can put there. I'm not sure. Okay, this is probably about as much of the wall as we can paint now, isn't it? There we go. Because yeah, that's the real niggly bit, is that bit behind there. It would be great if I could reach it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'd have to pick this up first, so... Okay, there we go. So, it does look a little different now. It looks a bit nicer, I think. Maybe I should sort of paint the ceiling as well, just because it's a little bit dark otherwise. But I don't know what I should paint it to look sort of a little bit realistic. Garage door, perhaps not. Wood painted, wood siding. Because there is a drywall ceiling, but it's like... Yeah, it doesn't really look like a ceiling that's made out of wood. So it just looks a little bit wrong to me. Maybe we should just stick with the white wood that we had before. Maybe this would look, I don't know. Or this one. See, that one kind of looks like a ceiling, doesn't it? But it looks more like an office ceiling. But at the same time, I don't know, it's kind of believable. Okay, there we go. I think that does look a bit better. I can always change my mind if I feel like it. We've still got plenty of paint left. Let's see how we're doing in here. Turn it off. We've got loads of paint. There we go. A full stack and a bit, in fact. A full stack and a half thereabouts. Now, I've just looked up pipe bombs, and it would seem that they are gated behind a book. Now, aggravating that as that is, it's also believable. Everything is gated in this mod. We need a ceiling in here as well. Now, what I'm thinking is that's builder class, tradesman class. I'm just wondering if it's at all going to be possible, fighter class, to buy such a thing in here. It probably isn't, is it? It's yet another thing that I'm going to have to look out for in the world, because without that TNT book, I would buy that. I don't actually have any dukes on me. But yes, without that, we're just not going to be able to make any... not going to be able to make any explosives whatsoever. So we've got TNT, dynamite, and pipe bombs are both behind that. So we're going to need that book, which I don't recall ever having seen in the world. I clearly haven't read it because I haven't learned how to make these things. And I'm pretty sure it's not that I wasn't using the correct bench. I know I've got some advanced tool bench, that one, and then this one is the armor smithing bench, and then there is such a thing as a weapon bench as well. Oh, somebody's asking for a beating, aren't they? Where are they? Will you stop making such an annoying noise? And how many of my... It's a biker. No wonder he destroyed it. Oh, look at that, though. That is nice. He gave me some first aid kits. That's really good. So, yeah. That is yet another thing that we're just not able to do because we can't find the flipping book. So I've got a list as long as your arm by now of stuff I can't do because I don't have the necessary items. So okay, let's get a roof on this vending place. Do we have any torches left? I have 3 torches. I probably should have candles, in point of fact. That would be better. Do we have the wherewithal to make candles? I think we probably do. I also need plant fibres, though, don't I? There we go. Who is... Oh, my goodness. It's a horde of businessmen. Well, given the time, I'm not going to go down there and... deal with them. They all look like they're trying to aggro on my trees, but I'm just going to leave them to wander off into the distance at this point. If it was earlier, I'd go down and kill them all with my machete, but as things stand, perhaps not. Okay, so we're going to make, we're going to make 6 candles. There we go. And then put those in here for a bit of lighting. We likewise need some lighting in our garage. Ideally, what I'd like is I'm going to make some more frames as well, because let's face it, we're going to need some more. Ideally, I'd like some more electric lighting, but it is actually sort of, yeah, fairly complicated to do, and then we need another generator in here as well, or rather on the roof. And as previously observed, yeah, electric lighting is not actually that bright in this game anyway. We know that our candles and torches attract screamers, but even so. Okay, so just waiting for some more of those to craft. Let's just place some of these candles where we can. And there. And there. Right, now if I turn that off, we've got a bit of light, but not tons. Looks like we could do with perhaps a couple more candles in here, because of course they're not ever so bright. So we'll just turn this on for the moment. But of course, the more candles and torches we place, the more likely we are to attract spiders. What spiders? Screamers. They're not spiders anymore. They haven't been for quite some time. But I don't fear the screamers too much at the moment. Most zombies just pass fairly harmlessly beneath our base. They make a lot of noise while they're doing so, but noisy neighbours is something that you have to get used to in this game, really. There we go. And then if we switch those out for our claw hammer, we should just be able to finish this off. It's quite fast, as you can see. I've accidentally doubly upgraded several of these blocks already. It's just a little bit too fast for me, particularly first thing in the morning. There we go. But then at least we've got a ceiling on this place, finally. But yet none of these vending machines seem to be selling me this class recipe book. And of course they don't. Generally speaking, vending machines don't give you the recipe books. You just have to find those in the world. And if you don't find them in the world, tough, basically. It's tough. Yeah, we just, and this is it. We've now got at least 3 that we really, really badly need to find, and we just aren't finding them at all. I've got 100 jars of water in my inventory, my hot pile, which is a little crazy, really. I'm going to put a fair few of those away. There we go, because we really don't need that many. There we are. We have a lot of paint as well, and it would be nice if we could paint a little bit more of this place, but as I say, yeah, I think now that we've got, now that we know that it's just a recipe book we have to find, we'll put some medicine. There we go, we're already in medicine, so we'll put a few in medicine. We'll put all of them in medicine. There we go. I can't remember exactly how many we've got in there now. Medicine 23, right, and it requires medicine of 35, I think it is, for our health deploy. There it is, health deploy, player level 40, yes, medicine 35, there we go. So that's what we're going to need, is that, and it requires 10 points as well, but it does start getting really quite challenging when you get towards sort of end game, because you've never got enough points really to get every one of the perks that you want. So we're going to put our paint brushes and our paint back in here for the time being, and there we go, and I'll put the paint in there next to it. And that is kind of frustrating about the pipe bombs, but there is nothing we can do about that. Occasionally you can find that the traders have such items, but mostly yeah, mostly we don't. Mostly I think there's some recipes I just never seem to find, and it doesn't seem to matter how much exploration I do, I just never come across them. So maybe some more exploration is required. Now it is day 61, and obviously on day 63 we have got another horde to contend with, and as I say, I was wanting to use some explosives against that horde, but given we have not found the TNT book, we're not able to do that unless we find the TNT book. So either I will do that horde on camera if you can think of something interesting to do with it. I don't intend to host it here if we do. I intend to perhaps try night running the horde, which could be suicide, frankly, but it might be entertaining suicide. So we might try that. We'd have to find somewhere suitable to do it, because otherwise it would be too dark really to be able to see what was going on. And I'd need to make a lot of spikes for the purpose as well. How are we doing for wood at the moment? 598, not great. So we need to do a lot of wood chopping for that. So that's a possibility as well. The other thing is, do we have a library, a cracker book anywhere on our map, because if we did, that presumably was a drop that we haven't picked up yet. We've got traders all over the place. They might have it, or if we've got a cracker book somewhere, that's Dwall's Superstore, which can be quite good for them as well. And I don't recall whether we've actually got a cracker book anywhere apart from the cracker book tower, which of course doesn't really have books in it so much. So we may need to do a trip to the trader. We've got 3 in a relatively quick sort of close quarters here, plus a little flag, which is probably a drop. So I think probably next episode that is what we should do. We should go there and then perhaps go a little bit further down this road here. This is where we spawned in over here, close to the I think it was a space mining plant. But next episode, yeah, maybe we should just go down south, further down here, and see if we can find something of interest down there as well. But definitely visit these traders just in case one of them has the book that we want. So that's our plan, folks, and we'll stick to it. Okay, guys, in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button and let me know. Also, feel free to leave me your comments and suggestions. And if you've played the War of the Walkers mod, yeah, don't hesitate to help me out as well. I do find it quite tricky at times. It's difficult to get all of the items that you want, because no single player is ever going to be able to unlock all of the recipes. That's a given. It's just not going to happen. So it can be a little bit confusing at times. Okay, guys, I do hope you'll join me next time we play War of the Walkers. Until then, keep gaming, stay happy, and bye-bye for now.